So yesterday I posted a video on Instagram. It was about how I think that if you struggle with loneliness, which I know is a lot of people, it's worth posting on social media. Post your life, post your thoughts, because it's something that's helped me a lot. And I wasn't going to turn this into a YouTube video because, to be honest, I didn't really think it'd be that relatable. I just thought, I post more random stuff on Instagram, like more just off the cuff, whereas YouTube I think about it more. But I thought it's worth making an actual full video on this. I don't see a lot of people talking about this sort of thing, and I think it's worth speaking about. Posting on social media has helped me with my feelings of loneliness. I mean, a lot of my feelings of loneliness being resolved has come from being okay being by myself, but also having a place where you can talk about stuff that you care about really does help that. Two of the main reasons as to why people feel lonely is because they have things that they care about, they feel like they have no one to talk to about, and also they feel like there's no one who is similar to them. There's no one that is just like them in like their immediate circle. But when you post on social media, you open yourself up to the whole world. Whereas if you're just going about your day-to-day life, you're surrounded by the people who are around you, rather than having the whole world there to listen to you and interact with. That's been really great for me, just having the whole world to talk to, which sounds funny when you're sharing things that you don't even necessarily tell your friends, but it's been good for me. Let me talk to you a bit about my story and kind of where I first developed the feelings of feeling lonely and how I worked through that. So over 3 years ago, I came out of, really 2 back-to-back long-term relationships, and I kind of got to the point where I was like, shit, what the hell do I do now? Like, I haven't been alone in years. As a 20-year-old who's trying to figure out life and what they want, that was a difficult feeling to sit with, and it took a lot of work. I started going to therapy, which really helped me. Side note, I don't go anymore, but that's because I feel like you get to a certain point where you just have to actually then go out and experience the real world, and that's how you make progress. But therapy did massively help me because it helped me sit with my thoughts and help me understand myself and the way I think about certain things, which meant that when I had those moments by myself, feeling like I needed someone there with me, I could understand why I feel like that, and then also what steps I can take to stop feeling like that. Because in this world, you need to be okay with being by yourself. That's something that I've actually become a bit too good at doing. I love my own company now. I genuinely haven't felt the feelings of like overwhelming loneliness since that time, really. So anyway, came out of those relationships, realised that I was, alone. And I was like, what the hell do I do now? Therapy. Started really smashing the gym. I kind of was going to the gym towards the tail end of that second relationship, but really, obviously, you go through a breakup, you need to sort your shit out. You're like, right, I need to sort myself out. I need to get wham because I can't have this person looking at me in a few years' time and thinking, thank fuck I broke up with him. So had to get wham, and just started doing so much self-development, listen to podcasts, try to just understand myself better. I often think about this, right? A lot of the podcasts I listen to, people be like, why do you care? Like, why do you need to understand yourself? Why do you need to know so much about the reasons behind the way you think? But for me, it was never a choice. That's just how my brain's wired. If I don't try to get to the bottom of why I feel certain things, then it's like a constant open loop in my brain where I just don't understand what the hell is going on. And when I actually fully understand myself, I have more control over how I feel and how I act. Whereas some people just never even have that question in their mind, and so they can just go about their life not really caring, which is, in some ways, I envy that. But for me, I had no choice. Just the way my brain is wired, I have to actually fully understand myself. And so this whole kind of quest I set out on when I became single meant that I understand myself a lot better now. And when you understand yourself and when you accept yourself, being alone doesn't feel lonely. So after a while of going through these stages of just trying to figure out myself and how my brain worked, what I like doing, just what's important to me, I realised that I wanted to share a bit more of my life. And so I started posting on social media probably 2 to 3 years ago now. I was going to the gym. I just started posting gym content because that was the thing that had changed my life the most. I fucking fell in love with the gym. Started posting about the gym. It was all funny, well, not funny, like it was all rubbish gym content, to be honest. But I started posting, and as I got better at posting, and really within the last year, I've started actually posting more about things that are important to me and things that I genuinely care about, and basically things that I want to talk to other people about but feel like I can't. I talk to you guys about. So like even this right now, it's almost like a therapy session, because I wouldn't probably go and talk to anyone but my therapist about this sort of stuff, at least not very easily anyway. But when you have a camera that really isn't answering back to you, it's just you talking openly towards the camera, it's comforting. It makes you feel, well, less alone, because you know there's going to be people out there that if they don't care about what you're saying, they're just not going to watch the video. But on the off chance that people do care about what you're saying, they will watch the video and you'll connect with those people. So this is why I think it's important that you start posting on social media, because no matter how alone you feel, there will be people out there that feel the same as you, that care about the same things that you care about, that have the same struggles as you. And unless you pick up the camera and start talking to it about these things, then these people will never find you. And I know it seems scary, but you kind of get to the point where you're just like, I don't give a shit anymore. Unless I do this, then I'm not going to get the life I want. And when you have big dreams, big goals for yourself, you realise that these things that are really uncomfortable to start with, you have no choice but to do. So this, for example, like if honestly a year or 2 years ago, I would never have talked about this sort of thing on social media and like really opened up to the world about this sort of stuff. But you realise that the life you want is on the other side of doing things like this that are just extremely uncomfortable. And the more you do these things, the easier it becomes. It's not that hard for me to talk about this sort of stuff, but in the past it would have been. But you just have to get on with it and you will feel better because of it. And on this loneliness specifically, that's something that I have always struggled with. Ever since I started trying to improve myself, I realised that I was very different to other people. Not in like I have any like weirdness, but just like I care about things more than a lot of people, and I think in ways that a lot of people don't think, and the stuff that I care about isn't common to care about. So it made me feel alone. You know, I'd go through my day to day and just not really have anyone to talk to about these things. Then, you know, you start doing things like dating and stuff like that, and then you realise how few people actually are like you. And so the easiest way, in my opinion, to connect with people who do think like you is to pick up the camera and start talking to the world about these things. Also, you got to think of it like this: when you start posting, like, to be honest, my channel's in early stages right now, no one's fucking watching anyway. So if you're talking about embarrassing things, then, well, no one's fucking watching, so there's no one there to judge you. And then as you pick up traction and you grow a little bit more, then you have more like-minded people, and as you get more traction, people judge you less. The more you do it, people just realise that's just who you are, so they stop finding it so weird. Like for me, people just know me as the guy who posts on social media, so when I start posting with like just random shit on social media, people aren't shocked by it. The more you do it, the less of that discomfort and like shock factor it brings out in people. You just need to fucking start. I genuinely believe personal brand is so important, and people want to work with you in the things you're doing, like my coaching, for example, because they connect with me as a person. Unless you are documenting yourself online and posting about yourself online, then I think you are going to struggle in the future. And this sounds like I'm leading into selling a personal brand course. I promise you I'm not. Like, if you look at my channel, I'm definitely not. But it's so important to post on social media. I really do think. And it's honestly one of the best things I've done. And even if after all of this doesn't work out for me and I have to do something else, I'm glad I at least fucking tried. For me personally, I hope that I look back on these videos in a few years and think, wow, you know, I'm fucking glad that he did that. Yeah. So, anyway, I hope this helped. I hope this made sense. I feel like I've kind of waffled a little bit, but I wanted you guys to try and just hopefully find some relatability in this. And for anyone who is feeling a bit alone, know that you're actually not alone. So yeah, anyway, I posted a video recently. I think it was pretty good. Click here if you want to watch that. It is good. Just give it a watch. Anyway, that's it from me. See you in the next video.